It's in progress.
All right.
Yeah, is it running?
I hear you.
Yeah, it's running. Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So, hey, Thorsten, this is Tim from Black Monday Radio.
Tim, good to
Welcome.
meet you. My
Yeah,
pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
sure thing. So, I will try a little bit in my best German.
Mhm.
Wenn ich Gäste in der Show habe, lasse ich sie meist eine Liste ihrer Lieblingsbands zusammenstellen.
Mhm.
Und diese Bands spiele ich dann in der Show zusammen mit dem Interview. Gerne schicken wir euch diese anschließend per Facebook Messenger oder Instagram zu.
Mhm.
Ist das okay?
Das ist super. Freue ich mich drauf.
Okay, cool.
Ja.
Okay, back to English.
Ja. Okay.
All right, so the cool thing about doing radio is we get to hear new bands by our favorite bands, sometimes like a few months before the albums are released.
Mhm.
So I got to hear your new record,
Mhm.
Alienated, and let me tell you, it's great. It's really great.
Thank you so much. You're probably like the third person that's heard it outside of the band. You're the second journalist I'm talking to. So
Really.
yeah, that's really good to hear because of course we're we're curious, but also we're a little afraid. And you never know, we haven't released an album in 5 years. We have a totally new band, and you never know how the new songs come across. And but of course, I know you like horror punk. I see the Crimson Ghost set. So
Yeah.
if you didn't like the album, I would be very afraid of other reactions too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay, now,
where did you draw the inspiration from in making these new songs?
hello.
Oh, something's happening.
Yeah, I hear you, but
Oh, now you're back, I think.
oh,
Yeah.
now I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that is crazy.
It's okay.
I'm
I,
very
I will just I will edit a little bit later on.
okay, cool.
It will be
Yeah.
fine. The question was, where did you draw inspiration from in making these new songs?
The inspiration was a lot ourselves because we did a little return from what we felt we did. We went a little back to our earlier albums in that way that we were straighter, shorter songs, less, guitar licks, and instead more punk rock riffs, just playing power chords instead of playing licks. So it has more of a punk rock atmosphere. I know not all the songs are fast, but that's, not all punk rock songs are fast, but I think they go quicker to the point. They're straighter. They feel more like the old Other. And that was the case because the new guys in the band really enjoyed playing our old songs like Beware of Ghouls and Tarantula and everything. So they were like, man, these songs, they're so much fun to play because you can just hit the strings like that, you can hit the guitar strings really hard and people really appreciate and you have a lot of energy in the audience and that's why we decided, we want to get that feeling back and have a little more of that old The Other. Then again, I feel like we went a little darker as well. And I listened to a lot of The Damned and The Cult in the last years. And I looked at the state of the world. So I think those two factors had an impact on the songwriting. So we we called it a little we called it goth punk, the punk rock of the early days and the goth feeling, the darkness, the helplessness of looking at today's world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, where was I? Yeah. I guess I've been following you guys since about 2006, somewhere.
It's very
I
early.
I would say my favorite record would be "The Devils You May Know"
Hmm.
from 2012. At least that's the one I listened to the most, I think. But the question is, were there things you did different this time in writing and recording, or
Um, yeah, The Devils You Know is a transition album because the first four albums were very punk rock, and
yeah,
Devils then had more of a metal influence through our bassist who then came in, and he also played a lot of guitars, wrote a lot of songs with me. And so that album has both things that influenced us as a band. And from Devils on, there was a lot more metal influence, even more metal influence. So we went pretty much back to a time Devils and before. And what really influenced us was yeah, definitely writing, taking a lot of time to write, but we did write in front of the computer this time. We didn't write the songs in the rehearsal room where four or five people have different opinions and everybody wants to give input to a song, and you need a little break here and a little more a little guitar solo here and there. And this time it was our guitarist Jay and I who wrote a lot of songs right in front of the computer. I had my vocal ideas, we played, we tried things out, and got rid of everything that was too much,
yeah,
right? And then our new guitarist Tom came into the band, and we did the same thing. He and I sat in front of the computer in his home studio, or we sat three people in front of the computer. But what I found is it's so much more flexible. You know, you try out things, you discard things, you find other ways. And instead of arguing in a rehearsal room, not arguing in a bad way, but discussing,
yeah,
get to the point way more easy. And sometimes we did this like at night. I drove there like in the afternoon and we wrote songs until like 3 or 4 in the morning. And maybe it is like when you're there like at 2 in the morning, you're like, okay, let's just finish this song. No, no more solos. Let's just do it like that. So that could help. And
okay,
yeah, I feel it was more like what we felt and thought right there went into the song, and then that was it. We did a little improving in the studio, a little, it changed a chord here and there, changed the vocal line just a tiny bit here and there,
yeah,
but the songs you hear are pretty much like the demos we recorded in our night shifts.
okay, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it really was. It really was cool. It's something that that's how I really want to continue with the next album. The good thing is we can go straight back to writing, doing demos again. The only thing I would do differently this time is maybe try out some of the songs with the whole band before we go into the studio,
Oh yeah,
because to get more of the band feel. And
yeah,
so the other guys know what to play as well when
yeah.
they're in the studio, So yeah, but I think that was the way to do it. And if people tell you, yeah, writing songs together in a rehearsal room, that's all great. It's all very romantic and all that, but it's so efficient and so satisfying to start a song, just throw ideas in there, try them out right away, and then have a few hours later, you have the song sounding good right there, and you can listen to it for a few times and change little aspects. But it was good, a lot
Okay.
of fun. Yeah.
So there might be some people listening to my radio show that may have been living under a rock or anything, and they have not heard of you guys. So in what words would you describe the other?
Oh wow. Um, I think there's still way too many people out there who don't know us, but we're working hard on on getting a gruesome reputation. Yeah, people call us Europe's horror punk band number one. Then again, there aren't that many big horror punk bands out there. That's us, the Crimson Ghost, Bloodsucking Zombies, Hellgreaser. Those are like the Zambina and the Skeletons. There are some out there, Left and Black, right? But yeah, I guess we're the most popular, and I think that's because we started early. We tried to go away a little bit from the Misfits influence early in our time, and we cross over between punk rock, big part, goth rock, and metal.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's us. It's horror punk, but it also transgresses into other music styles. And yeah, we sing about monsters.
That's always cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you guys have played in the Netherlands quite a few times.
Not as many as we would love to, though.
No,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, I've never gotten to see a show from the other. But I will soon on the Halloween Hell Nights in
Oh,
Leipzig.
you're coming to Cologne.
Yeah, no, no, I'm probably planning on Leipzig.
Oh, you come to Leipzig. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the last night of the tour. Of course, it's a short tour, but Leipzig was a lot of fun last year as well. Leipzig's our home away from home.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but
Right, but
there's a lot of shows around Halloween in Germany.
yeah, when we
So
started
I had
this
to make
Halloween,
it. I had to choose which city to go to, and then so
yeah, when we play, I think there's a lot of our fans coming to Hamburg because there's so many other shows on Halloween. So they're seeing us in Hamburg a couple of days before Halloween and then going to other shows on Halloween.
oh, right, right.
Yeah, yeah. But that's why we do the tour. But that tradition of our tour has been going on since 2002, and we started this in Cologne, and we invited friends,
Yeah.
friends, other bands that we've played with. And this year we have Wednesday 13 and Blitzkit and Calabrese, and our very first bigger tour was supporting Wednesday 13 in 2005. And we've played with Blitzkit a million times. There are brothers, they were on my label, and Calabrese is a band I love, and we've never played together. We've met up a few times. I saw them live, but we've never played together, so there's a premiere too.
Yeah.
I'm so much looking forward to this tour because it probably brings together the biggest horror punk bands in the world, except the Misfits, of course. But I
Yeah.
guess maybe it's the big four.
Yeah. I would say.
Yeah. Mhm.
But you were mentioning like playing shows, and you guys have played some big festivals already, and toured and played with like I think it was Alice Cooper you played with, and the Misfits, obviously,
Yeah. Danzig, The
Danzig.
Cult, um, yeah, and other bands that I love. We toured with The Damned. We played with Ignite. We did quite a few shows with the 69 Eyes. So it's all those bands are are bands that I really love, and I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan. And of course, Misfits, Danzig, The Damned. I mean, looking, my 20-year-old me would have said I would love to do that. That's why I want to be in a band, to support Alice Cooper. And we have a check on all of those things, and that's a great feeling. That's I always think when you're sometimes a little sad that things are not going the way that you want to. I just think back at all the things that we had playing with those great bands, heroes of mine. We played Wacken and we toured the States twice, and we did all kinds of things. We have so many good things to look back on. So everything that comes now is a bonus. But of course, we work hard to go further. Yeah. Yeah.
So is there an artist or a band that would be a dream collab for you to do someday?
I'm one of the biggest Kiss fans in the world. That's my band. Obviously, they're not playing anymore, so supporting them is not gonna happen. But I tried everything. I contacted the booking agency, so it never happens. It's probably because their manager always has bands on those tours that he manages.
Yeah.
So other than that, I would love to play with the original Misfits who are now back together again, as you know, with Danzig on vocals. So we've played with Danzig and with the Miss Jerry Only's Misfits, and now it's got Doyle too. So that would be amazing. Um, yeah. But if you ask me for a collab, I was really jealous when Lady Gaga just did a video clip with Tim Burton. I'm not a Lady Gaga fan, but I'm a Tim Burton fan, and he did a video clip for her about the island of dolls in Mexico. We wrote a song about that, but of course we never got Tim Burton to do our video. So if you ask me who I would like to collaborate with, it would probably be Tim Burton.
Okay. Okay. Good answer. So the horror punk scene is obviously it's a lot bigger in Germany than over here. You guys have got some great bands. We already mentioned a few. You've had the Spook. There's Werewolf, Derry, Crimson Ghost. I could go on for a little bit, but it's such a shame that we don't have that kind of scene over here in the Netherlands.
There's maybe a couple of reasons. First, you're a hardcore country. You guys love the hardcore punk. So,
True,
you know,
true.
when I went the old times at Dynamo festivals, there was always the hardcore bands, back then Biohazard and Sick of It All and all those bands who really got the crowds going. So maybe horror punk could be a little bit too melodic for some people because it's not all about slam dancing all the time. But the other thing is that, and I don't want to sound arrogant here, but when we started out in 1999 as a Misfits cover band and then started the whole Halloween tradition, then I started my label, Fiend Force Records, and all those bands, Crimson Ghost, Bloodsucking Zombies, The Spook, all of them were on my label. And we brought all those bands over to Europe for the first time. And of course, we brought them to Germany and to Cologne because that was our home base. So that tradition of Halloween here and bringing those bands on my label over just created a scene. And now we're talking the bands I talked about, they were like the second wave of horror punk after the originals, Misfits, The Damned, whatever.
Yeah,
And now there's some of the bands you mentioned are like the third wave with Derry and Werewolf and all that. And I think a lot of them were inspired by going to shows of The Other and the Crimson Ghost and those bands years ago and started their own bands. And I'm very proud of that. I'm thankful for that. I still love going to all the shows, meeting all those friends and bands and all the people that I've known for years. But that's a tradition that's been going on for a while, and that never happened in the Netherlands, sadly enough, because we love going there. We when we played the Melkweg or something, it was always awesome.
yeah.
But when we play headliner shows, it's it's not packed. Let's say that, and that's sad. That's really sad because
Yeah.
we love to come to the Netherlands, and yeah, we do want to come back.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a shame. That's not
yeah,
packed shows.
yeah. But that's not going to stop us. If we get offers, we come.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm also a little bit curious to know what do you guys do besides the band? Do you have like jobs or other projects going on?
Yeah, we do. Actually, our new guitarist is a professional musician. He plays for some bigger bands, rock bands, and I work as a copywriter in advertising. So we call it an advertising texter here in Germany. But I'm gonna start working for Germany's biggest Gothic magazine in October, Sonic Seducer magazine. So I'm gonna be the uh, chief editor, whatever you want to call it. And I do my label. I have the band. So I'm now back into music pretty much full time, but not full time the band. And the
Oh,
other guys, yeah, one is actually a concert booker. The other is a freelance graphic designer, and one has his own IT company. So we have a pretty good setup for doing things, you know. Two guys have their own home studios, can do artworks, know about stage um, stage stuff, like all the equipment, and we have the IT guy and we have the booking guy. So that's a pretty good setup right there. So
Yeah,
yeah, and it's all, you know, pretty much creative jobs. So there's no wonder we play music together.
yeah. That's really cool. That's a really cool setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so usually when we do interviews, we set up some funny questions through ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid
So
already.
yeah, you better be afraid.
Yeah.
So now we just you just have to pick a number between 1 and 30, and then I will ask the question that corresponds with that number. And
Okay.
if you don't want to answer, then it's fine. We can just pick another number. So that's that's okay.
Okay. Okay. I choose seven.
7.
Yeah.
What is your favorite karaoke song and who refuses to sing it?
Oh, yeah, my favorite karaoke song, and I have a couple that I like to sing, but usually when I feel really confident, I sing science fiction double feature from the Rocky Horror Picture Show
Okay.
because I've loved this movie since I was a teenager, and of course it has a horror theme, and it's not too hard to sing. You can sing it even when you're obnoxiously drunk. The only bad thing about it is not many people know it. If you're like in a bar, in a karaoke bar, and here in Cologne, they're like really open bars, and people are really drunk and party, and it's not a party song. For me, it is, but the audience usually reacts like, "What the hell is he singing?"
Yeah.
Right? But another song is Breaking the Law by Judas Priest, and of course, everybody knows that, and
Yeah.
it's fun to sing. So, yeah. Like a nice little story, by the way. I was in Thailand one time, my only time, and there was a cover band playing, and I was like sitting there with my drink and just like, you know, singing along to the songs that I knew the words of. And then in the break, the guitarist comes to me and says, "Hey, you're singing along to all the songs. Do you want to join us on stage?" Of course, he didn't know me or anything. And then he asked, "So, you got a song that you want to sing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll just, you know, breaking the law." And so they did that. I sang it, and he's like, "Dude, that was awesome. Can you sing the whole night?" I didn't, but we did do Fear of the Dark from Iron Maiden.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to do a little Bruce Dickinson here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't expect because the voice you do with the other is usually it's a bit lower, a bit more, like
Yeah.
soft
Yeah,
or
especially now. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of my lower vocals on this album, and with
yeah.
the older albums, I had a little some of my vocals were higher than I usually sing, but now I'm back more closely to my speaking voice
Okay.
to get the darker atmosphere. Yeah,
Yeah.
or the atmosphere of our earlier albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So should we
Yeah.
do another one from ChatGPT?
Sure. Let me think. Oh, I gotta pick 13, of course.
13. Everybody picks 13. What what would be a guilty pleasure song by the band that you enjoy, but you would never admit?
Oh, that's a tough question. My favorite band, as I said, is Kiss. Their probably most popular song is I Was Made for Loving You.
Yeah.
And I cannot stand this song. It's been played to death. Everybody who only knows Kiss from one song knows I Was Made for Loving You. And they start singing it right away. Oh, you like Kiss? I was made for loving you. I'm like, can you please shut the fuck up?
I don't like that kiss.
Yeah, me neither. But then again, you know, if people ask you who's Kiss, I'm like, well, you probably know this one song, so I started singing it too.
Yeah.
And to be true, that song is genius, right? I mean,
Yeah, true. True.
it is an amazing song. It's just does not fit Kiss, and it's been played to death. So
True.
I it's a guilty pleasure because, of course, it's by my favorite band, and sometimes I listen to it even on purpose. Um, and I appreciate the, yeah, the legend of what the song is. But yeah, so yeah, it's yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is a guilty pleasure.
All right, all right. Okay, so I think we're almost running out of time here.
Mhm.
So I want to thank you very, very much for talking today.
Oh, Tim, I can't thank you enough, and I'm very happy and thank you for having me on the show. And hopefully, some people from the Netherlands will listen in and try to find out a little bit more about the other.
Yeah, and I hope to maybe meet you in Leipzig at the show.
That would be awesome. Can you?
Yeah.
Well, we're now friends on Instagram, so
Oh yeah,
let's
yeah,
write
yeah.
and set something up. That would be cool. Yeah,
Cool.
especially because we're gonna watch the other bands on tour together. As I mean, we're not, we go into the audience after we play. So, yeah, let's definitely do that.
All right. I'm really looking forward to those Halloween shows. It should be awesome.
I hope so. I really hope so. And yeah, if you wanna then let me know what songs you like on the album. I would be very happy on our album. I would be very happy to hear that. If you have
Okay.
suggestions for more singles or something.
Okay. Okay, I
Cool.
will. So thanks again and have a nice day.
And I'll see you on November 1st in Leipzig then. All
All
right.
right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.